Hi, Michael. How are you today?
This segment is going to be so good. This is going to be on the Emmy reel next year.
Have you been nominated for a Sports Emmy?
Oh, for about 15 years, I was the Susan Lucci of the New York play-by-play deal, and then I finally won. And I got to be honest with you, I think it's one of the most bogus thing where everybody in the industry celebrates everybody in the industry, and somebody in a cubicle in some small town in the middle of the country votes on whether or not you had a good year. Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. I feel a whole lot better. Thank you, Mike. That's all I wanted to talk to you about.
You look in the mirror and you know you're great, Dan.
How do you explain what's happened here with the Yankees? It was panic. Everybody was nervous here in the first month. It seems like the Yankees are doing okay. Can you explain that to our audience?
Well, I mean, they're getting much better pitching than people expected. Everybody knew they were going to get runs scored because they have a good offense. And the strange thing, Dan, they've won 16 of 17 games, and they really haven't played great baseball. Now, take last night, for instance. They didn't play great defensively. They had a bad send home of a runner that should not have been sent home, and they still won the game. So they've got enough to cover up when they're not playing great, and they're going to hit better than this because Stanton is going to hit better. Bird's going to come back. Gardner's not an under 200 hitter. So this team is legitimately good. Now, 16 out of 17 good. I don't think anybody's that great, but they're going to be an awesome team.
What is it about Giancarlo Stanton now that maybe he wasn't doing in the first couple of weeks of the season?
I really think, and just talking to other players, not just Yankees, the cold weather at the beginning really affects people. It really does. And I was talking to an ex-player who didn't want to be quoted and said, he's DHing now. He said he's not used to DHing, and that's going to take a while for him to adapt to because all he's going to fixate on is hitting as the DH after every at-bat, and that doesn't help you. Going out in the field actually, frees your mind. So the warmer weather, the fact that the Yankees are winning, so the pressure is off, and the fact that he's probably adjusting to being, 4 times a pinch hitter.
If I gave you Didi Gregorius or anybody else on the Yankees, like who will get the most MVP votes out of the group here? If I give you the big...
Well, Didi's...
Yeah, go ahead.
Didi's April would have made him the MVP. It would have been Didi or Betts, but I would think it's still going to be Stanton or Judge.
Okay.
I mean, Judge is really having a quietly excellent year. He's actually improved as a player from the one who hit 52 home runs last year. He has more plate discipline. He just looks great, and he's a really underrated outfielder as well. So I think Judge and Stanton will get the MVP votes. Do you look at
I saw a comparison with Mookie Betts and Mike Trout. Is that fair? I mean, I don't know if you – I love them both. I think Betts is, just so much fun, and I get to see more of his games. But can you compare those two?
I think they have similar skill sets. I think I'd still say that Trout's better because he's done it for longer. But Betts is special. I mean, he really is. And through 34 games, only Fred Lynn had as many home runs for a Red Sox player, 13. So he's doing stuff that hasn't been done before. And he does it in the field. He does it on the base paths. He's really he's an outstanding player, but I'd still say Trout's probably a smidge better.
Is the rivalry back between the Red Sox and Yankees?
Oh, yeah. It's back because they're both outstanding, and they both want to win the American League East. Before, I think something that took the juice out of the rivalry, Dan, was that if you won the wild card, it wasn't that big of a demerit, But now it's a demerit. I mean, the Yankees last year were down 3-0 before they came to bat against the Twins in the wild card game. They don't come back and win that game. They don't go to the 7th game of the ALCS. So it's imperative to win the American League East. So you've got that value now attached to the American League East title, and the Red Sox are the defenders, and the Yankees want it, and each game is going to mean a lot. And they're both, I think, the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Astros are the best teams probably in baseball. And I think it's going to be fun the rest of the year. So each one of the remaining games is going to be awesome.
Talking to Michael Kay, the Yankees play-by-play voice, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Do you have a signature home run call? I know you worked with John Sterling, and you just do see ya, but did you ever have?
That's it.
That's enough.
Well, it's something real. I came up with something real short and classy. That's what I wanted to go with.
Well, that's why when I did the highlights on SportsCenter, I would just go, gone. Because you would time it with the pitch. So let's say Eckersley is delivering to Kurt Gibson. The pitch, the swing, gone. and then you lay out, and then they get to first base, and then I can, kind of fill in some of the stats. Now, I have the luxury of doing it with the game already. I already know what happens here. But when you do something like see ya, like when you get to the point where you go, that's my signature call.
Well, I got this job 27 years ago, and at the time I was dating a young lady who, when she would get out of the car at the end of a date, she'd go, "See ya, wouldn't want to be ya." And I said, I'm gonna hijack that as my home run call. So I've been doing it since the very beginning of when I got the job in 1992.
Wait, it's based on love, or maybe not love?
No, there was no love there.
By the way, here is John Sterling with the call on Giancarlo Stanton's home run last night.
Swung on and line down the right, left field line. It is gone. Oh, it's a bullet line drive by Giancarlo. Giancarlo, no si può scopalo. It is a Stantonian home run, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that was my second choice after see it.
Now, Mike does the TV version of the Yankee games. John Sterling does the radio call there. Did you ever?
I worked with John for 10 years, Dan.
Yeah.
And I saw him do the first one of his signatures, and that was, "Burn, Baby, Burn" for Bernie Williams. And then it's become a cottage industry where, Brandon Steiner has him sign balls with all of those calls on it. So he makes a lot of money from it, but
really?
The Stan one I've told him I don't quite get.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, he's making loads of money on it.
Now, you're not getting any SIA money, are you?
Well, I have signed some balls with C on it. So the people that hang out at hotels, they always go, "Could you sign your name?" And they say, "Put C on it."
Okay.
And I was shocked. Like my sister, who's like, she's got a business spirit. She was on what's the site where they sell things?
eBay.
eBay. Thank you. I like to call it EK, but she said that a Michael K ball with C on it goes for $79. So she all of a sudden was going to buy 12 dozen balls. I said, "What are you doing?" But I'm amazed that anybody would pay for anything I'd give them for free.
What's it go for without the C on it?
About $1.
Oh, okay. Michael, great to talk to you. And you know what? The world is a better place when the Yankees are playing better. I mean, let's just face it, it is.
But you know what? When you said you struck out twice yesterday,
yeah,
I said, you know what? Dan could be a major league cleanup hitter now.
I could be Stanton.
That's right.
But does Stanton end up with more strikeouts than Judge?
I didn't think that would be the case because he certainly conquered that.
Yeah.
But this year he's way ahead of his pace. So I think it's going to be neck and neck. I'd probably say that Judge will probably have a little bit more, but it's going to be a tough race.
Over 300 combined?
Oh, yes. I think you'll be pushing
400? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
But, Mike, this is the problem I have with the game, that it's either, you swing and you miss, or you swing and hit a home run, that there's no movement to the game itself. And I'm not the old guy, get off my lawn. It's just I want to see movement at least when I'm watching, instead of just waiting. And you as a play-by-play boys, you want that move the runner over, or sacrifice bunt, or take the extra base, or like small things. But it's not small to me because there's movement in the game, as opposed to the pitcher's moving and the hitter's moving, and that's it.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think there was a stat that 30% of all at-bats last year ended up either with a strikeout, a home run, or a walk. And that's just not that great for the game. But I understand that it does lead to winning. And I was doing a game on Saturday with David Cohn, and there was a no-hitter, double no-hitter through 5 innings between the Yankees and the Indians. And David said this will be a record year for no-hitters because people don't care about striking out. Yeah. And you're going to bring in pitchers in the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning that all throw about 100 miles an hour. There are going to be a lot of no-hitters. There really are. And I don't think that's great for the game. I really don't.
But how do you fix this?
I don't know if you could fix it unless some smarter GM comes up with a different way to win games. Because right now, launch angles and home runs and hard throwers and strikeouts, they feel is the best way to win a game. Don't put a ball in play, and it can't be booted.
It's a great listen. By the way, I think David Cohn is really good. I don't know if the national audience understands or gets the opportunity to listen, but Coney is every bit Tony Romo and doesn't get the fanfare. So tell David I enjoy the listen. It's a great listen with you guys.
Thank you so much, because I'll tell you what, I think that the networks have really missed the boat on him. I think he could be the best analyst in the game.
He's really good. Michael, thanks for joining us.
You got it, Dan. Great talking with you.
And Michael?
Yes.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah. Michael K.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.